Consider this clue. Keanu Reeves had a Nokia phone, but it took a landline to slip in and out of this, the title of a 1999 sci-fi flick. The correct response is what is the Matrix? But how can Watson figure that out? First, he breaks down the clue into grammatical parts, identifying key words and phrases. Then, Watson's powerful search engines churn through millions of documents, including the Internet Movie Database.
What we do next is we take these documents and we pull out candidate answers. And we'll pull out, okay, Keanu Reeves, that could be a candidate. We'll pull out Nokia, we'll pull out The Matrix.
Other movies starring Keanu Reeves also become possible answers.
We'll pull out The Matrix 2, we'll pull out Speed, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, all this stuff.
Wow. And Watson pulls out other famous sci-fi flicks, like Blade Runner.
And it generates hundreds of possible answers.
With hundreds of choices, how can Watson pick the one answer that's correct?
Next thing that Watson is going to do is going to take those answers and say, well, let's assume all of them might be right. So these are its competing hypotheses.
Watson starts considering evidence for and against each candidate, using rules like a movie is sometimes called a flick.
And we'll look at things like, well, it's looking for a flick. Is this candidate answer a flick? Is The Matrix a flick? Yes. Is Speed a flick? Yes. Is Keanu Reeves a flick? No. All right, so we're starting to learn something.
Within a matter of milliseconds, Watson analyzes every possible answer in hundreds of different ways and scores each piece of evidence behind every answer in the list. That's a lot of scores.
Problem is, you have all these different scores and they don't agree. You know, some of the scores are going to say The Matrix is the right answer. Some of the scores are going to say Keanu Reeves is the right answer. Some are going to think Matrix 2 is the right answer.
And a lot of scores think Blade Runner is the right answer because it shows up so often as a sci-fi flick.
So you need someone at the end to listen to all these different votes and decide what's going to be the best answer.
This is where Watson's machine learning kicks in. Having studied thousands of other Jeopardy questions and their correct answers, Watson has learned what evidence is important and what's not.
What machine learning will start to do is learn how to weigh them differently and say, well, hey, questions like this, calling on a phone, not calling on a phone, not so important. This other stuff, do I have a sci-fi movie? Is the person named, the character in that movie? Very, very important for questions like this.
In this case, he successfully weighs the evidence and identifies sci-fi flicks from 1999 starring Keanu Reeves. So he picks the one answer matching all those elements, The Matrix.